Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good day. I bid to all the audiences who are present with us right now. Before we start, I would like to invite Brother Muhammad Izzat bin Muhammad Alias to recite the dua, insyaAllah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين اللهم أنت العزيز الجليل. Praise to be God, the Lord of the worlds. Peace and blessing be upon our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his companions and for those who follow his example till the judgment day. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, on this blessed evening, in conjunction with the webinar named We Share KENMS Streamlining Talk, we beseech thee and grateful towards you in favor of all the infinite blessing to us. Your humble servant to live in safe and prosperous life, we seek your blessing for a flawless progress of this event from the beginning till the end. We seek your guidance to stay clear of events that would determine the progress of this event. Ya Dal Jalal wal Ikram, please bless us with your tawfiq and hidayah. Please guide IIUM to greatness, peace, glory, and prosperity in this world and the hereafter. Make us a responsible intellectual, granted us with a valuable knowledge that will be beneficial to mankind in order to gain your maqdadillah. Make us your righteous servant that follow your commands and neglect the sinful act. Forgive us for our wrongdoing. اللهم اجعل جمعنا هذا جمعا مرحوما وتفرقنا من بعده تفرقا معصوما ولا تجعل اللهم فينا ولا معنا ولا من يسبقنا شقيا ولا مطرودا ولا محروما اللهم اجعل خير أعمالنا آخره وخير أعمالنا خواتمه وخير أيامنا يوم ألقاك فيه اللهم اغفر لنا ذنوبنا ولإخواننا الذين سبقونا بالإيمان ولا تجعل في قلوبنا غلا للذين آمنوا ربنا إنك رؤوف رحيم اللهم انصر الإسلام والمسلمين والمجاهدين في فلسطين وفي كل مكان وفي كل زمان اللهم دمر الكفار واليهود والنصارى والمشركين اللهم يا الله يا الله يا الله اهزمهم وانصرنا عليهم صلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين آمين يا رب العالمين.
Amin, amin, ya Rabbal Alamin. Thank you, Brother Izzat, for the recitation of dua just now. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to ECONSS. We share KENMS Streamlining, choosing a program. I am Muhammad Amshah Hakimi bin Muhammad Faizul and I will be your moderator for today. So with us today, we have 4 speakers who are going to share a bit and parcel of their academic life experiences in kuliah. So the first speaker will be Sister Ahna Al-Yani binti Muhammad Azam from Department of Accounting. The second speaker will be Sister Siti Nur Atika binti Rizwan Hon from Department of Finance. The third speaker, Sister Duran Nur Nazira binti Rosali from Department of Economics. The last one speaker will be Brother Muhammad Afif bin Basil from Department of Business Administration. Before we start, there are a few announcements to do. Firstly, kindly mute your microphone during the sharing session. If you have any questions, feel free to unmute your microphone or submit them in Zoom or YouTube live chat box. The last one is for each session, we will take 2 to 3 questions and the remaining questions will be answered during the final Q&A session. Without further ado, I would like to invite the first speaker for tonight, Sister Ahna Al-Yani binti Muhammad Azam from Department of Accounting, who will share her experiences and journey throughout her study.
Thank you, Brother Amshah, for the opening remarks, and also thank you to Brother Izzat for the beautiful dua. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I bid to all fellow KENMSians, and I would like to introduce myself a bit. So my name is Ahna Al-Yani. I'm a final year accounting student, And as you see, I put my batch number here just so that, just in case you don't know. So this is the first three numbers of my metric number, and it shows which batch I am from. So 17 basically means I entered degree in 2017, and the third digit, which is 1, means the intake that I joined in. Usually there's two intakes, intake 1 and intake 2. So 17 means I joined in 2017 and intake 1. So during my third year, second semester, I interned at a Big Four firm. For those who don't know, for accounting and also the business industry itself, we have this jargon that we use, which is Big Four. It refers to the top four audit firms that are recognized globally, and they are Deloitte, EY, PwC, and also KPMG. So I previously interned at KPMG Malaysia. Previously, during high school, I was a science stream student actually, but then I took accounting as an additional elective, and I had to self-study accounting and sit for classes, tuitions, like outside of class hours. And why I made this sacrifice was because at that time I didn't know what to pursue yet, so I just wanted to have more options that were available to me in order for me to choose which route that I would like to pursue. And then why did I choose accounting to pursue my degree? So as you all know, accountants are very much needed across all industries. So I just wanted to have more options later on to choose from, and also wanted to have that experience working in multiple different industries for my career progression later on. Some personal traits that I personally think I possess and are relevant if you are interested in having a career as an accountant are, first, good communication skills, and second is being detail oriented. I watched this one TikTok video saying that you don't need good communication skills to be an accountant, but unfortunately, I feel that that's a misconception, because number one, you'll be working in an organization, and when there's an organization, we're working with people, and even within the accounting department itself, we'll be working with different people, even though most of the time we're spending our time in front of the computer, crunching the numbers and keying in stuff inside the systems. But unfortunately, there are also like things out of the hours in front of the computer as well, such as you're going to attend meetings, you're going to like present the financial insights to C-suites, you're going to report to your manager. And when you advance in a more senior role, you're going to have to lead your team and you're going to mentor your juniors. So all of this means that you need good communication skills to work as an accountant. So that's why I believe that both of these two traits are very important and you should work on if you would like to pursue a career in accounting. Next, what you should know about accounting. So first of all, this is the first icon, which is MIA. MIA actually stands for Malaysian Institute of Accountants. As you all know, in Malaysia, you need to become a member of MIA in order to practice as an accountant. In order for you to sign audit reports and financial statements, you need to put in your MIA membership number beneath your sign. So it's similar to how doctors, they have the Malaysian Medical Association, engineers, they have the Board of Engineers Malaysia, and also the Bar Council for lawyers. So similarly, we need to have a license to work as accountants in Malaysia. And thankfully, we are lucky because IIM graduates, they only need 3 years of working experience, and then we can apply for an MIA membership. Compared to other universities out there, most private universities, they don't qualify for this MIA route, so they would have to take professional qualifications first in order to become a member of MIA. So we are lucky in that sense. Next, I would like to highlight the remaining icons here, which is ICAEW, CIMA, CPA Australia, ACC, and MIPA Malaysia. So for those of you who don't know, these are the major accounting professional bodies that are recognized in Malaysia. So perhaps you might say, oh, MICPA originates from Malaysia, right? But actually it's globally recognized as well, because they also have a dual program with chartered accountants of Australia and New Zealand. So all of these professional papers are actually equally recognized globally and also locally. But sometimes employers might prefer one paper over the other. For example, for CIMA, it focuses very specifically on management accounting. So if you were to work in the audit line as an auditor, and the employees in audit, they don't prefer CIMA because it's not quite relevant to your job scope as an auditor. But however, if you were to work in commercial companies like Petronas and such, they might prefer CIMA better. So yeah, it is actually like they're all equally good, but it's actually just a matter of preference between employers. And then moving on is accounting does not equal to finance. So this is another misconception that my friend, she personally told me, and she was upset about it. She regretted so much. She said she wanted to take finance, but she took accounting instead because she thought it was similar. But actually, this is a misconception. They're not similar. They are interrelated. Accounting and finance are interrelated, but they are not similar at all. So for accounting, it deals with how to record and present financial transactions in according to accounting standards. But finance is more to how you manage funds, how you invest and borrow funds, and in order to like ensure the business has enough cash, adequate cash to operate. The next thing that I would like to highlight is accounting is not purely calculations. So there's also like one TikTok video saying that he showed all the textbooks he had for as an accounting student, all the textbooks he used to study. This is because even though like what you see, yes, accountants do deal a lot with figures, but you need to also understand the underlying principles to like why the transactions happen in the first place, and you need to like have that knowledge as well. So in order to gain that knowledge on how to apply these principles and theories to the real life figures, you need to read up a lot. So that's why I say, even financial accounting and reporting, you need to read all the accounting standards and understand the concepts and theories first before applying it into the financial statements. And next, you can see like there's the law icon there. So in accounting, you won't only be learning accounting subjects, and this is why you need to understand, because it's a very much it's the business environment. It needs to be holistic. You need to learn law in order to understand your rights and your duties as accountants. You need to learn basic finance principles as well, and you need to know how to behave in an organization. So that's why you learn management. So a degree in accounting, you won't necessarily only learn accounting subjects, but you also learn non-accounting subjects as well. And then for the next part is IFRS. So for those who don't know, IFRS stands for International Financial Reporting Standards. And it's a global accounting standard that most countries adopt, including Malaysia. So IFRS can sometimes change the standards in order to enhance the quality of accounting, in order to cater to the emerging needs of the accounting scene. So they might issue new standards, or they might change existing standards to be more strict. So in order to cater to these changes, MIA provides training. That's why even after our degree, accountants, we still need to learn. We still need to have continuous professional learning hours under MIA that we need to fulfill in order to like update ourselves with the emerging trends in the market. And last is Industrial Revolution 4.0. So IR 4.0 actually is both an opportunity and threat to accountants. This is because routine jobs such as bookkeeping are actually being replaced by automation. Even now, you can see there are multiple ERP softwares such as SQL, there's SAP and Oracle. These are widely used softwares that are taking away bookkeepers' jobs in the market. However, there are also emerging new jobs, especially as consultants and business analysts, where accountants also need to upskill themselves to have data analytics skills in order to understand what the business is facing and predict and anticipate some decisions. So this is the professional paper summary. You can always refer to the ECC Council's Instagram account. This is where I took it from. And if you would like further information about these professional papers, if you're interested in pursuing them, you can always contact the ECC Council, or you can research by yourself on their websites as well. But I would like to highlight, because IIM students, we are actually very lucky, because most of the recognized accounting qualifications they grant us eligibility for maximum exemptions. So you can see like the total paper here amounts to 13, 15, 16, 12, and 9 respectively. But then the remaining papers, once you graduate from your degree, you only need to take these numbers of papers. So that's an advantage as an accounting student from IIM. So what you will be basically learning as an accounting student in IIM. First, there's financial accounting and reporting. Financial accounting and reporting, there's a total of 5 subjects throughout your 4 years of degree. And what you will be learning is basically how to apply MFRS. You'll be learning the definitions, recognitions, measurements, presentation and disclosure of financial statements. And you'll be also learning theories about group accounting, because in the business environment, there's a group, there's also like associates and subsidiaries and joint ventures underneath a group. So we'll learn how to present financial statements according to the standards. Next is management accounting. So there'll be a total of 3 management accounting subjects. First is management accounting fundamentals. The next is decision making and control, and also cost management. So these 3 subjects are in general a continuation of your accounting 2, I believe. So you'll be learning how to manage financial information within the internal side of a company. This might mean doing budgeting, doing forecasting, preparing environmental accounting reports and such. The third is auditing. So there are 2 subjects in auditing you'll be learning. One is auditing fundamentals, and another is audit insurance services. So in auditing, you'll be learning about the international auditing standards. You'll be learning what are the audit cycle, what is the audit cycle, and what are the procedures needed to audit a company. We will also learning data analytics to find out discrepancies in accounts of your clients. Next is Malaysian taxation. So you'll be learning the tax laws. You'll be learning how to calculate corporate and individual tax under Malaysian taxation. For Islamic accounting, there are 3 subjects. One, there's accounting for Islamic banks. There's also zakat accounting, and there's also accounting, auditing, and governance of Islamic financial institutions. So Islamic accounting is basically the identity of IIM accounting graduates, because it is like it is not provided in other universities, and we have a lot of expertise from our university. Our professors, Dr. Nuraini and Dr. Malia, they are very renowned people in the Islamic accounting scene. They are Sharia committee members of banks, Islamic banks. They're also advisors to consulting firms such as Salihin, which is a large Bumiputra firm in Malaysia. So yeah, Next is business ethics and corporate governance. So this is one subject, but there are two parts to the subject. First, under business ethics, you'll be learning how to be an ethical accountant when you face ethical dilemma. And then under corporate governance, you'll mainly learn about the Malaysian Code of Corporate Governance, which governs the ecosystem for Malaysian companies' corporate governance. This basically outlines the roles and responsibilities of board of directors, the composition of the board, and things like that. Under public sector accounting, what you'll be learning is how the government manages their accounting. So you'll be learning about the evolution of budgeting systems that has been done in Malaysia. And you'll also be learning about like how the procurement is done in the government ministries and such. Under IT, accounting students, we have like a different IT subject compared to other KENMS students. So there are two. First is accounting and business information management. And second is analysis and design of accounting information systems. So these two subjects, what they generally teach you is specific, like how information flow is managed throughout the organization. And you'll also be learning SQL, you're also learning advanced data analytics through Excel and things like that. And then like I mentioned just now previously, accounting students also need to learn finance. So you'll be learning business finance and also international finance. And these two subjects, and there are actually three, because business finance, there's two, business finance 1 and business finance 2, and also international finance. So these three subjects actually teach you the fundamentals of finance, the basic equations, and like the markets, the money markets and such, just so that you know like what is interest and such. So you actually have basic knowledge to perform your duties as an accountant later on. For management, we'll be learning organizational behavior, you'll be learning business communication, you'll be learning strategic management and decision science. So I personally enjoy management subjects a lot, but they like are torturous in terms of the amount of reading. But yeah, they actually help you to like know the psychology part of an organization, how you're supposed to behave, how you're meant to communicate things, how are you supposed to devise and plan and execute strategies within an organization. And you'll also be doing case studies under management subjects as well. So yeah, and there are also like several matrices like SWOT metrics. We'll be learning about BCG metrics. We'll be learning about the CPM metrics. All this you'll be learning. And these are like analysis to help you in decision making later on when you are working. Under law, there are two subjects. So first is commercial law, and second is company law. So again, law is important because you need to know your rights and duties as accountants. When you are working as an accountant, you are very, very much likely to be sued as well. So you need to know like, okay, what constitutes a transaction? What are your rights when you perform your duties and such? Who is eligible to sue you? Because there are people who aren't able to sue you. They can't establish a relationship there in such sense. And then for accounting students, actually, if you refer to the study plan, there's a lot of electives available. But however, during my time, only 3 were offered. So first was advanced tax. For advanced tax, if you're taking advanced tax, you'll be eligible for an additional exemption under MICPA, because IIUM for advanced tax, they use the syllabus for MICPA. So you can, if you're interested in taking MICPA, you can take advanced tax in order to like be eligible for the extra exemption. And then the second elective is futures options and risk management, which I took. So this is mainly about the financial derivatives market, how you're gonna hedge the risk in the financial derivatives market and such. And third is investment analysis. Under investment analysis, we'll be learning about stock valuation. It will also there's like an investing simulation where you'll be doing hands-on. You'll be adding stocks to your watch list and such. So yeah, you get to choose either one out of these 3 electives. And last but not least is integrated case study. So integrated case study is like a capstone subject that encompasses all of the things that you have learned throughout your 4 years of degree. So integrated case study is a subject that you take during your final semester, so that you can gain, you are very much prepared for the case studies that are given. So you'll be given some real life examples of business problems, and you're going to advise the protagonist. You're going to devise some strategies to help them to solve the problems based on your understanding of all the subjects that you have learned throughout your 4 years of degree. And what I highlighted here are only the department required subjects. So you need to understand that there are university required subjects, also kuliah required subjects, and that one you need to refer to the study plan. And for accounting students, we have a total credit hours of 151. So it is the highest in KENMS, but it's not that heavy compared to law students, but it's still heavy. We face scrolling schedules every semester. The highest credit hour that I have took is 21.5, but then that is on top of taking almost every short semester available. So during short semesters, you can take language subjects, you can take strategic management, like certain management subjects are offered as well. So I would recommend you to take as much short semesters as you can, because it can help to lighten the burden from your long semester. But some people, because they can handle the stress, so they actually choose not to take short semester, but during the short semester itself, they tend to work part-time or work pro bono, just to gain some working experience to be added into their resume. So here are some tips to survive as an accounting student. First is to adhere to the study plan. Please strictly adhere to the study plan. This is because there's a reason why the department has laid out for you which subjects to take at which semester. This is because there are prerequisites. For example, in order to take financial accounting and reporting 2, you need to finish financial accounting and reporting 1 first. So if you don't adhere to the study plan, your schedule gets messed up, and there's a possibility that you won't be able to graduate on time. The second tip is to ask your seniors. So I basically ask everything to my seniors. For example, what is this subject about? So even before registering for the subject next semester, I would ask my seniors just to prepare myself mentally about it. And I will also ask them about if they have textbook or notes to let go, things like that. Number 3 is to consult your lecturers. Well, I think during my earlier years of degree, I didn't feel the need to consult lecturers. But then starting from my 3rd year, things started to get a bit hard in terms of assignments, in terms of the syllabus and such. So I noticed that when I consulted lecturers, it helps me to have a clear direction, and it really helps me to understand things better. Number 4 is to break down deadlines. This is what I personally do. So for example, if you have an assignment due in 1 month, so what you can do is to break it down into several parts, part A, part B, part C, and you put deadlines to these parts. This is to help me keep on track so that I don't do last minute work and such. Number 5 is to use Grammarly and Quillbot. So Grammarly is the plagiarism checker, and also it checks for grammar as well. So I advise, if you don't really have strong English background, you should subscribe to Grammarly, because it would really help you in your essays and assignments. Quillbot is an online paraphrasing tool. So in order for your assignment to not pick up plagiarism, you need to use Quillbot. But then I don't really trust Quillbot, because sometimes the synonyms just don't make sense. So of course it's best to use your judgment, but if you don't know, your last resort is to use Quillbot. And last but not least is stress management. So I manage my stress by joining co-curricular activities. But some people, they don't like co-curricular activities because they think it's extra responsibilities, extra commitments and such. It further burdens them down. But for me, I relieve my stress through extracurricular activities. And here's why. So you can see the flags available on the slide, right? And these are the countries that I've traveled thanks to being active in extracurricular activities. So yeah, in IIEM, you have a lot of choices to join. So you can join academic-based societies like MSES. You can also join IIEM Student Union if you're into empowering students' voices at the university's administration level. You can join sports such as IIM Mustangs. You can also join clubs. There's a wide range of clubs available, from volunteering and even volunteering. And there's a lot of branches: volunteering for Orang Asli, volunteering in terms of education, volunteering in terms of poverty alleviation and things like that. And then there's also clubs like IIM Eco Club if you're into environmental things. There's Astronomy Club. There's a lot of clubs out there for you to explore. And you can also opt to join external organizations. So like for me, I was appointed as an ACC ambassador. So I am affiliated with ACCA, and just like as a student liaison. So basically, whenever students don't understand like how do I register for ACCA? What are the subjects, the remaining subjects that I need to take and things like that? So those information you seek out to the ACCA ambassador. Other ambassadorship programs that IIM has is the KPMG ambassador. So KPMG ambassador, they actually like conduct programs such as there's CV writing, CV and resume writing, and then there's interview tips, and then a lot of data analytics stuff as well. Yeah, that's like what the KPMG ambassadors do. And for the next two, which is ICMS and AMEW. So ICMS stands for International Council of Malaysian Scholars, and AMU stands for Association of Malaysian Economics Undergraduates. So these two organizations are actually, they have a global network. So there are like multiple countries, and there's also like a Malaysian chapter. And these two organizations, they work closely with employers. So you can either join their programs or join as committees. It's a good platform, I think, to grow. So like here's like some of my life activities pre-COVID. I was a member of BACC Council, which is under MSES. So we visited MIA, Malaysian Institute of Accountants. We went for an educational trip to Melbourne to visit the office, the HQ of Chartered Accountants of Australia and New Zealand there. We also visited like Melbourne universities. And then the bottom left picture is actually the MSES trip to Jakarta. So we visited Universitas Indonesia, and we also did some volunteering activities there. And the bottom right picture is when BACC Council became the host for MICPA Accountancy Week, which is actually like a national event. There's like sports categories and also quiz categories. So we were lucky to be like hired, not really hired, but then we were entrusted for the event. This is my sports involvement. So I mainly joined fencing. There's a lot of other sports available, so you can like always pick and choose. But I joined fencing because like there's not much universities out there that offer fencing. So that's why I thought it was like a good opportunity for me. And also because I also joined fencing during my high school as well. So I just thought that, okay, it will be a continuation of what I have been learning previously. And this is like during my internship experience. As I mentioned, I interned at KPMG. And because KPMG is the big four, the clients that you get are also very big companies. And one of my clients was Nazar. Nazar sells luxury cars, right? So imagine like every day going to work, you are welcomed by a line of luxury cars: Ferrari, Lamborghini, Porsche, Audi, Brabus, things like that. Even celebrities come to the shops to buy cars, right? So yeah, I thought it was like a moment of like self-motivation for me, because I kind of like aspire to have a luxury car in the future. So yeah, that's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Ahna, for the good sharing. Now we are done with the first speaker and we are open for questions related to the course. You can unmute your microphone or submit it in the Zoom and YouTube live chat box. Okay, so the first speaker, the first question from Khairun Nadira, Sister Khairun Nadira. Do you ever had a hard time during your studies and how you overcome it? Okay, that's the first question.
Yes, I always have had hard times actually, because I think initially, like during my earlier years of university, there was like a tough time. The period of transition was a tough time for me. So the transition from school to university itself was a bit tough, because like in school we're like spoon fed, in a sense that our teachers provide everything, right? But in university it takes a lot of self-initiative, and that's like the transition itself was hard. But how I managed to go through it was I networked with seniors a lot. Some, like I know some people are in the same boat as me. I didn't have any seniors that graduated from the same school as me. So when I joined a degree, I had to like, I don't know, I just didn't have that point of reference. I had so many questions to ask, but I didn't know any seniors to ask, right? So this is why I joined BCC Council, in order for me to get to know seniors. So when I built that relationship with seniors, I managed to navigate through it much more smoother.
Okay. So the second question will be from Brother Izzat alias. Okay. What should I do if I want to be a lecturer for accounting?
If you're interested to be a lecturer, there's actually multiple routes to become a lecturer as well. But I think most of the lecturers, they require at least masters to become a lecturer, and there's also like academic requirements like minimum CGPA and such. But that one you need to research, because I think it differs for each university. But among IIM lecturers itself, there are people from the industry. So we have former auditors that work as lecturers now. So I guess there are multiple routes to become a lecturer, but you need to like research for yourself. As I mentioned, self-initiative.
Okay. Hope that that will answer your question, Brother Izzat. Okay. The third questions will be from Sister Edina Maisara. Okay. The question is, which course is harder? Which subject is harder in Department of Accounting?
Like among all the subjects that I have, is it? Okay, so I think the hardest was tax, because I didn't like the way that I had to memorize all the tax laws. I had to memorize all the exemptions. I had to memorize all the formulas. But then in the working world, you aren't supposed to memorize these things. You can always refer to the laws itself. So I just didn't like quite get it. Like, why must I memorize all this stuff? So yeah, I just hated text. But then some of my friends actually preferred text, because it's very much structured, and it's not really like, how to say, there's not much concepts that you need to understand. Yeah, because it's very much structured. It's like tax laws. You need to understand those laws and apply those laws. Yeah, I guess it depends on a person's preference. Yeah, but I thought the hardest was text.
Okay. Thank you, Sister Ahna, for the answer. Hope that it answers your questions. All right. So so the other questions for Department of Accounting will be answered in the final Q&A session. All right. Okay. So, so we would like to invite our second speaker for tonight, Sister Siti Nur Atikah binti Rizwan Hon from Department of Finance. Please welcome, the floor is yours.
Okay, can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
No, okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So firstly, I would like to thank the committee and also the organizer for inviting us, especially me, for tonight's sharing session. So as I've been introduced before, my name is Atika and I'm the third year second semester student majoring in Islamic Finance. And so today, inshallah, I'm representing my department and also my other colleagues will share with you briefly about the course. So I will present my slide now. Can you see it? That's right.
Yes.
Okay, so unlike Sister Ahna, I don't have a slide specifically for me, a background about me, no, because I just want to share with you about, I don't know that we have to share our experience. I thought we just need to share what we learn in the course. So that's why my sharing is only about the course. So I apologize for that. So what will we basically learn in Islamic finance? So generally, it is a course that covers the economics of banking system, the capital market, the insurance, and also takaful. So from here, I can say that the Islamic finance is not, the course is not too niche. I mean, like it doesn't focus into one sector only. So it covers everything under finance. So for those who are going to further their study or choose to study in Islamic finance, you have many options for your career later, whereby you can go for banking sector or capital market or insurance or takaful or any other sector that related to finance, be it conventional or Islamic. So here is your added value. We have Islamic finance, right? So you can choose if you want to go to conventional or Islamic path. So but basically once we learn about Islamic finance, we know the concept, the hukum, right? So once we learn, we will know which path we should take, right? So just Sister Hannah said just now, accounting and finance is different, right? Accounting is all about the history cost. Finance is about future cost, but it depends on accounting. We use the accounting result, the report to determine our future decision. So that's simply how I can say the difference between accounting and finance. So I won't touch too detail on career because once you enter degree, there will be a lot many talk about career. There will be a lot of career talk by the alumni, by those people who are working in the field. So I think later you will be exposed with the career. So here I'm only focused on what you will learn, so you can get the gist of the Islamic finance. So here the second slide is basically your curriculum structure. This one is the latest one for batch 191 and above. Mine is different. So as you can see, I've highlighted some, and the highlighted one is the difference between the old structure and the new structure. So here you can see intermediate financial management. We used to have financial management 1 and financial management 2. And I've looked at the new curriculum structure. During your first year, you need to take fundamental financial management. I think, have you guys seen your curriculum structure, or you haven't get any curriculum structure? Any answer? So if yes, basically you in the first year you need to take fundamental financial management. So I think that one is the FM1, and this one intermediate financial management is FM2. During my time, financial management 1 and financial management 2 we need to take once we enter the departments, not during our first year. And the other one is corporate finance and investment. This one used to be our elective subject, whereby we can choose whether to take it or not. So investment, I think, is the same as in our elective subject. It is investment analysis. I don't know whether this is the same or not, but I think it's the same. So and the rest is the new one into as a department required subject. So I find it's quite interesting because the subject that used to be our elective, whereby we have the option, we have the right to choose what we want to learn, now have become your department required. I mean, like, and it's more interesting because these two subjects, corporate finance and investment, is the subject, the elective subject that we are most of us planning to take as our elective. So I think is a good, I mean, like, they have revised the curriculum structure to be better lah. And as I mentioned before, in Islamic finance, we will learn every sector in the finance, right? So you can see here, we will learn about takaful, the Islamic capital market, and the bank management, banking, and also Islamic, as we said, Islamic. So you will learn the qawaid fiqhiyah. Qawaid fiqhiyah is about it's more like law, like conventional law, but we have Islamic law, right? So qawaid fiqhiyah we will learn about the rules in certain transaction like that, and we also have usul fiqh as we need to know the rule and the sharia, right, to conduct our, I mean, like, even in our life we have sharia, like, so the same as the transaction and all. So we also have Malaysian business law. I like accounting. They have to write company law and what that one. Malaysian business law is a simpler one. I mean, like, they combine the two law that accounting student needs to take. So this one we will only learn Malaysian business law, and yeah, the rest is the same like my batch. And another one is for the batch after me, they have minor. So you can choose to minor in marketing or management, and also Islamic economics. But if you don't want to minor in these three, you can just choose elective. Basically, our advisor, Madam Fadila, said that the department required subject is already enough. I mean, like, it already prepared you for your career. But this elective and minor just assume it as added value for you, so that you will be more prepared for your career later. So that's all about the course structure. So next, move to here back. As I've shown before, basically the course on the Islamic finance is more about, I can say 80% theoretical and 20% calculation. If you can see here, the calculation is only at this one, financial management, corporate finance, and most of the others is more to theoretical subject. So and as the name Islamic finance, so Islamic will you will learn more Islamic elements, the Islamic transaction, Islamic rule, the Islamic product, more than conventional. But we still learn the conventional because yeah, it's needed now. And that's all about the course. So now the coursework. As for now, my third year degree, most of the assignment will be in the form of research report or analysis, whereby we need to do some research on this company, analyze their financial report, and determine the latest one is we need to analyze the company performance and then determine whether it is good or not to invest in the company, or else we also need to come up with a new banking product, banking service. So it's I can say it's kind of fun because it's practical. We get to expose to the real world, the field lab. And most of it, and usually it is group assignment. So here, make sure you choose the right people, you find the right group members, because the portion of the assessment is quite high, like 30% of your carry marks. Carry marks is 60% usually, so it's half of your carry marks. So make sure you nail it, nail the assignments. And worry not, it is bearable and doable. You can see we all survive. Don't worry, just have fun doing the assignments. Like I used to I mean, macam mengeluh lah macam oh banyak je kena buat. But then when we go through the product, when we go through the company, we find it interesting, like oh ni ke cara nak baca, like we know where to look at to find the information. So it's fun actually. So the last one is I would like to share some tips and advice from me and also my colleagues. I asked them what they have to say for you guys, right? So firstly, be generous with knowledge. As I've said before, in this course, it contains like 80% of theoretical subject, right? So spend your money to buy book or text, be it textbook, handbook, because it's not only benefit you today, but also for your future reference. And sometimes most of the quiz lecturer took it from textbook. So yeah, my advice is buy the textbook. And second, avoid procrastination. I use the term avoid here because sometimes we can't help but procrastinate, right? I understand because I'm also did it. So just avoid it to happen. Just avoid it. It's not only about your assignment, but also your understanding. If you don't understand certain topic, don't wait for it like nanti-nantilah tengok balik, nanti-nantilah baca balik. Don't, because most of the course, most of the subject are interrelated. So once you start here, you can continue. It's hard to understand the next chapter, the next topic, or the next or the other subject that are related to this one. So yeah, find time to understand to learn what you don't understand. And third one is planning. Planning is very important because we have a lot of subject, right, to take. You can rely on the study plan, but here I want to add another tips. If you look here on the course code, the first number here, the 2, it represents the level of your study. So if it say here 2, means you can take it at your second year of degree. If 4 or 3, then just take it accordingly. But you can also take it anytime based on your capability. If you think you can carry it, then just take it. We used to not know about this, so we just take the subject that we want to take. So alhamdulillah, we survived. So it doesn't really matter. But if you want the tips, that is a tip. And also do ask your lecturer, do ask the advisor what should you take, what should you take in this sem or the next semester. Ask your senior, like Sister Anna said before, ask your senior in this subject what we will learn, so that you have the gist of the subject, so you can prepare for it. Okay. And lastly, enjoy the process. If you find it too hard to understand and you don't want to approach your lecturer, just ask your friend, find your friends and ask them. Especially during this time, the COVID, we need to learn online, right? So I sometimes when I lose my focus in the class, I will WhatsApp my friends like, benda ni apa tadi, lecturer cakap apa tadi, so that we even though we are not focused in the class, we still get the point, the input of the subject. And then do help your friends. If they have problem, help them, because we all want to excel in this together, right? We are all in this together. So don't leave them behind, because we all want to graduate on time, right? So, oh yeah, by the way, the last one, for financial management, in the first year you take fundamental financial management, right? So I think you will need to buy a financial calculator. And so once you finish your first year, don't sell it yet, because I think because you will need those calculator here. So sometimes we used to, once we finish, we sell it. Once we finish this subject, we sell everything related to this subject. So don't sell it yet. So that's basically. And for information, I used to have the dilemma also, and during my foundation, the first streamlining, I used to choose accounting. But then at the end of the first year, I decided to choose Islamic finance. If you ask why, I also don't know, but it's like macam dapat hidayah throughout the first year of degree. I somehow find my heart is keen to I'm interested in Islamic finance. I want to work in banking sector, so I find so I think Islamic finance is the correct or the suitable course that I should take for my career later. So basically, that's all about the courses about Islamic finance, the subjects, the coursework, and simply the tips. So that's all from me. I hope it clears, okay, and it helps you guys. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Sister Atika. Now, maybe most of you want to know about this course, finance department. Therefore, we are now open to questions related to this course. You can unmute your microphone or you can submit it in the Zoom and YouTube live chat box. So anyone in Zoom, if you want to ask directly to the speakers, so do unmute your mic and ask directly to the speaker. Anyone? Okay, if no, I will take the questions from the chat box. Okay, the first question, how to apply scholarship for this course? More specifically, is this course easy to apply for scholarship? Okay.
Okay. Yes, it is easy because it's not because Islamic finance. So there, you think that there is no scholarship on Islamic finance. Basically, if they just look at finance in general, so you can find any scholarship that that sponsor finance student. I think there is a lot scholarship that sponsor the finance student. Or you can also follow the Amani Academy in Instagram. They focus on Islamic finance, so you can find information or any updates from there. So yeah.
Okay. Hope the answer will answer your questions. Okay. So the second questions, what is the most difficult subject for finance department for this course?
Yeah, actually, I've been thinking this question during announcement. For me, I think I'm not saying there is none, but I think the subject is not that difficult, and you can excel it. Is honestly you can excel this subject because it's not that hard compared to accounting. And if you ask me to choose one, I don't think any, because everything is you can carry it. Honestly, there is no subject that is hard or difficult to study, unless if you find yourself and cannot you are weak in calculation. Maybe you find financial management difficult for you, but for me, I think I can do both calculation and theoretical subjects. But here are the tips. We have theoretical and calculation subjects, right? So me and my friends used to balance the our schedule. We don't take all theoretical subject in one semester. We will take at least one calculation subject, so that the burden to memorize or to understand the theory, the facts, is lesser lah. So you need to plan your study properly lah. So yeah, the short answer is I don't have any difficulties in the course.
Okay, thank you, Sister Atika, for answering the questions. Hope that it answers your questions. Okay, thank you. Okay, before we continue, attendance form is now available in Zoom and YouTube live chat box. We will also have evaluation form at the last session. Please fill up these two forms to log your attendance for this program. Okay, now I will welcome our third speaker for tonight, Sister Dura Nur Nazira binti Ruslaidi from Department of Economics. Please welcome.
Hello, Assalamualaikum everyone. Boleh dengar tak?
Waalaikumsalam. Yes.
Dengar. Sekejap nak share screen. Does everyone see my PowerPoint?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Really.
Okay, wait. Perkenalkan diri kejap. Macam nak tengok ni kat sini. Okay, Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Dura Nur Nazira. You can call me Dura. So first of all, I would like to thanks to the committee that work for this program, and also if there is Miss dekat sini, Miss korang kan. If ada, thank you also dekat Miss sebab approve this program. So actually hari ni today, okay, before we start my session, please screenshot my data, please at least snap ke apa ke, please simpan sebab I believe that for now maybe you all think that oh this data maybe tak perlu kot because later lambat lagi degree, but for sure I bet to you will need me later when you want to start your degree, seriously. So there is my contact number. I don't really mind if you want to WhatsApp me or you want to DM me on IG, on LinkedIn, on email, you just hit me up. I am really willing to help you guys because I have in your place during CFS that I didn't know how can I further my study in degree. I feel like ada tak orang nak tolong aku So I think that is my best place that I can help you guys because I have once in your place that I understand it so much that I really helpless that time masa tu, okay? So please screenshot, or if you want to share to your friend yang tak dapat join also you can share, okay? So I also don't have like Anna punya slide. I don't have background of myself. But if you want to know me more, you can just look on my Instagram because I am really enthusiastic in economics. Really a lot, really. So you guys can see my own Instagram on my updates and everything. I put on my Instagram and also a lot more on my LinkedIn. So you guys can connect with my LinkedIn and also connect back with you guys later. So this is my details, please snap, and then if you need my help, you can just hit me up, okay? All right, next. Okay, this one, before we enter degree, we have four. Tonight I want to explain details on how your life journey in BEX as a BEX student, okay? Bachelor of Economics student. So in Kuliah of Economics, when you enter Kuliah of Economics, we have 4 department, right? Accounting, ISFIN, BBA, and also BEX. So you will oh, tak nampak. Sini, nak tunjuk kita sini. Nampak kan? Okay, you will have this yang I show dekat this slide kan. Okay, you will have this tau. BEX, for ISFIN, for BBA, for BACC. So make sure before you enter the degree, you have this PDF so that you can see what subject you need to take and which subject you need to take it first. What is the kuliah, department, and university required courses. So for BEX, we need to see the first one lah, BEX, okay? This one, macam ni, alright. So between these 4, since I am BEX student, so I will explain on the PDF of this BEX punya PDF, okay? So in this, tak nampak lah, okay, in this PDF, we will have 4 parts, okay? Part A, Part B, Part C, Part D. Okay, before we enter to the department, we need to make sure that we pass the university required courses, and then we go it smaller, which is the kuliah, and then the smaller lagi is the department, right? So we need to pass it peringkat by peringkat lah, phase by phase. So first of all, BEX student must pass the university required courses. So which is this A part lah, this A, alright? And then after you have settled university required courses, and then we go for the kuliah, and then department, and then the elective. Okay, never mind. I will share it more details in this part. Okay, so this is your life journey, year 1, year 2, year 3, and then you for BEX student, we will have internship, but it will be only 3 months and it is optional. So you can, if you want to make internship, you can, but if you don't want because you don't have any placement or vacancy, never mind. It's not affect your CGPA or anything because, but it is bonus if you have do internship later on your scroll on your graduation letter. It will appear this student with experience. So it will be macam lagi mahal lah. Your scroll tu lagi berbala lah compared to student yang tak do internship. So your life journey will be year 1, year 2, year 3 and year 4. Okay. Best student can finish faster, which is 3.5 years or 3.5 years. But personally, I don't recommend for you guys to very rush in your degree. So, okay. So remember just now I said in the PDF we have 4 parts, right? A, B, C, and D. So we need to fill A, B, C, and D in all these 4 boxes. Year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4. So I want you guys to imagine you will have go through the 4 years, right? So in your year 1, what you will do is you need to check on this PDF. Okay, this PDF, I believe the HiCom already spread in your batch group. Or if you don't have this PDF, if you don't have this PDF, kindly please WhatsApp me or email me or any details yang I minta you guys snap tadi. You can just hit me up. I will forward this to you guys. Okay. Alright. So for A, B, and C, and D kan? Okay. Macam nak next? Oh. Alright. So A tadi we have university required courses, right? Okay. For A, university required courses, we can take it any semester along our degree life, either in year 1, year 2, year 3, or year 4. So basically this one is a subject that is easy. So you guys can mix with the core subject so that it will not burden your throughout the semester, that your semester is only hard subject, difficult subject. So you can mix up with this subject lah. The English for academic writing, we have TITAS, we have UNGAS. So all these in A part, all these you can take any SEM that you want. So you mix up the core one and then this one the easy subject, the core one and the easy subject. Okay. So these are the UNGAS, Usra Budi, Tilawah Al-Quran. This one you can take in any semester or throughout the 4 years. Okay. And then for part B is the kuliah required courses, meaning before you enter the department, you need to finish the kuliah required courses first. Okay, for kuliah required courses first, all 4 department student need to take it during first year. Okay, because this will determine either you are layak or not to enter the department. So for example, if you want to pursue BBA, you need to make sure your FAR 1 pass lah, I think B plus or B or A minus, I don't remember. But you need to make sure you pass the subject to enter the department. For example, if we want to enter department of economics, so principle of microeconomics, you need to prove to yourself you can get A. Macro you can get A. Also foundation of Islamic finance, this one for foundation of Islamic economics you can get A. If you can get A for these 3 subjects, you will give confidence to yourself that boleh, the basic my basic is strong, so I can continue a degree in economics. Okay, but please make sure if this all you guys get A lah, because it is very very basic, which is seems more or less like the CFS subject. Okay, so this one, the B kuliah required courses, you need to make on your year 1, which is just now B. You can this kuliah required courses you mix up with the A1 tadi, this one kan. So you, for example, you take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and then you mix with, for example, Tamadun Islam and Tamadun Asia, TITAS, and then hubungan etnik. So you not feel very difficult lah, because ada subject yang you can macam you not very stressed on kan. So year 1 settle, you take this from this kuliah required courses and then mix with the A part, alright? So during your second year, you can start to take department required courses, meaning that after you settle this B part, kita akan ada kita kena register for this one link, and then we need to tell the kuliah which department we want to enter. So they will check either if we pass the requirement or not. They will check, is this student pass microeconomics? Is this student pass microeconomic principle? This one Islamic economics. Okay, if you pass, okay, then you can take this department required courses. Okay, so department required courses you can take it. You can take among these 13 subject during your year 2. So in year 2 you can already take the department required this one. So you can mix up again. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, for example, and then you mix up again with this from A part, okay? So it will not, you will not be stressed lah because ada subjek you can main-main sikit lah kat sini. So, okay, kita dekat mana tadi? Okay, dekat kuliah, and then kuliah dah selesai, and then we take this one. So dekat sini, if you see this one this one prerequisite, meaning that if you want to take Econ 2110, you need to unlock Econ 1510 first. Okay, let us see where is Econ 1510. Okay, so Econ 1510 is principal micro. That's why Sister Anna just now said you need to adhere to your study plan. Because if you just take it hentam je, later if you want to take other subject, we need to unlock this subject first, but we not take it yet before ni. So it will disturb your study plan. So you need to make sure, okay, this on year 2 we want to take Econ 2110. So you need to unlock first 1510. So you need to alert on year 1, you must take Econ 1510, okay? Is everyone alright? Understand?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Very good, very good. Okay, so same goes to kalau macam ni, this one money and banking need 2 subject. You need to unlock 2 subject, which is Econ 1510 and Econ 1610. So you need to alert. See, you need to take on second year kan. Imagine what if you don't unlock this subject first, you don't unlock the subject prerequisite, and how can you continue your year 2? So you cannot continue year 2 because you not unlock the prerequisite subject, right? Okay. So you need to very particular, susah cantik-cantik. Tengok, one need to unlock first, okay? Okay, so this one department required courses, wajib ambil semua. You need to take all these 13, okay? Okay, for example, this one, MGT 2020, Introduction to Entrepreneurship, you don't have to unlock any subject. So if you don't have to unlock any subject, meaning that this MGT 2020, you can take on year 3 or year 4 because you don't have to unlock any. So for example, this one you need to unlock, right? So you need to, before you take public finance, you make sure you have passed these 2 subjects. So later you check subject apa, Econ 1510 and Econ 1610, alright? So year 1 done, pass with flying color. Year 2 done, pass with flying colors. Okay, now we move to year 3. So year 3, this one you start to you start to decide which minor you want to have. Okay, in Bachelor of Economics, we will have 4 minor, which is finance, international, development, and Islamic. So you need to decide which one you want to appear in your scroll. So most of my friends that I see, they take in Islamic, but I take Bachelor of Economics minor in finance, since I think in any company, finance person is very important. So I think it is marketable for the industry later after this. But it depends on your interest. Okay, if you like international, the international means like import, export, foreign exchange, relate with country. So you can go for international. So for Islamic, maybe you can go for Zakat Selangor or maybe Majlis Agama Islam. If you need the Islamic economics, and then you can go. So this one you need to decide. You need to decide which one you want to pursue in and you want to major in. Alright, lepas tu, okay, I will bring you guys into each of these. Option 1, option 2, option 3, and option 4. Okay, so for option 4, like this. Okay, this one in department elective, in order for you to say that you are minor in either this 4, you need to take at least 4 courses from each package. Okay, we see first the package. So this one package for finance, we have 7 subjects. Package for international, we have 8 subjects. And then development package, we have 6 subjects. And then in Islamic economics package, we have 6 subjects. So in order to you to declare that you are minor in that package, you need to take at least 4 each, at least 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you can say that, okay, I am Bachelor of Economics, minor in finance. But if you want to take more than 4, meaning you really love the finance part and you really want to know the finance package, so you take all these 7. But if you take only 4, it's just enough for you to appear in your scroll that you are Bachelor of Economics, minor in finance. Same goes to other package. So if you take 4, okay, you are all pass untuk the title of Bachelor of Economics, minor in international. But if you want to take all 8 it is good lah, because you will really major in international package. All right. So this one you need to also again see the prerequisite. Okay, this one my concern is you want to finish at least 4, right? Okay, you see, if you want to finish at least 4 in this package, you need to unlock a lot of subject first. So at this department elective package, you guys need to very particular on how you guys susun the prereq punya subject letter. You guys need to think of, okay, please make sure you can take 4. Macam ada orang during the last semester they only can get 3 je. They don't have a balanced semester for the 4th subject because they don't arrange the subject properly. So they not eligible lah untuk declare yang dia ni is Bachelor of Economics, Minor in Finance. So the important part is make sure you look carefully on what subject that you need to unlock first. All right. So okay, I think I just want to make a short recap. Okay, so in ECONSS we will have A, B, C, and D. You need to you can do along the degree life, year 1, year 2, year 3, or 4, and then B you need to settle down first, and then C, and then you can go to D. So you cannot skip B, you cannot skip D first and then you take C. No, you cannot. So you need to follow the rules lah, B, C, and D, and then okay, this one. Oh, if you guys want this slide also, can PM me or email me or message me dekat details tadi tu, I will forward to you guys. Okay. Alright. So sekarang ke berapa? 926. Okay. So okay, this one is the subject lah dekat dalam okay, this one in Bachelor of Economics in Finance. Okay, dah ada subject dia. And then but if dia macam ni lah, you want to minor in finance, but you can take other subject also. Okay, maksudnya at package D we need to have at least 36, meaning 36 divided by 3, we need to have at least 12 subjects. So you can mix up between 1 until 7, and then you want to take, for example, international econs, or you also can, as long as between this package you need to have 12 subjects. All right. So you can mix up between this package, international ke, development ke, as long as you complete 36 credit hour from this department package, then you can graduate later. But make sure if you want to say that you are in major in finance, minor in finance, you need to take at least 4, okay? So if you want to minor in international, you need to take at least 4, right? Macam 4, at least 4. But the rest you can mix up lah between other subject, okay? Alright, so should advise to all adik-adik sekalian. First of all, you need to confirm your passion. In economics, you need to know, do you like economics? Do you like theory? Do you like calculation? You need to ask yourself. If you think you cannot go for calculation, don't take economics, because in economics there is a lot of calculation, and calculation dia relate dengan theory. So you need to think of how these numbers relate with this theory. Even the single number digit of 1 ada maksud dengan theory econ. So you need to confirm your passion. You like or not economics, okay? It's not only economics. You ask yourself, if you want to pursue in accounting, in Islamic finance, you ask yourself, do I really can go for accounting? Do I bearable for all the credit hour yang banyak for accounting? Ask yourself first, okay? And then my advice, no need to rush for you to end back in 3.5 years, because what I hold is between 3.5 years and 4 years, there is different only 6 months, right? Okay, this 6 month difference will determine the CGPA that you will hold for the rest of your life. So my advice is don't be rushed, unless if you're rushing but you can still maintain your CGPA, it's very good lah. But I think it's hard if you want to finish 3.5 and at the same time you want to maintain your CGPA, because if you kind of want to see how many credit hour I take, you can just PM me later. I will share my schedule or everything. You can see that I think my credit hour is very, very sikit. Macam for example, 16, 15, and I will make sure that all the subject that I take that semester, I give focus and attention on that subject, alright? And then this is number 3 is the absolute advice to everyone: create your academic gang, okay? Because in economics we need to have a lot of papers writing, we need to do term paper, we need to have group presentation. So there is no more time for you to recognize this person free rider ke tak no. Because what I did is during my first year kan kita tak tahu lagi this friend want to go for any one department kan. During your second year, you can see, oh, this one memang dah budak bags because they want to pursue in bags, right? So on your second year, you need to catch any of your friend that you trust on the academic part. You catch them and then see, okay, all this semester kita for this rest of the life dekat degree ni, we need to spend our time together sama-sama untuk academic. Okay, like what I did is I find my friend yang I very trust dengan diorang, and then we create a group WhatsApp. So any subject or any group assignment we do it together because degree ni lagi ramai free rider. So macam because the assignment is hard, is tough, so people don't want to use their brain untuk fikir. Diorang tahu, oh never mind, this person perform, so they can help our assignment because a lot of people akan berfikir macam tu, and then dah join society apa semua, so diorang dah busy, so they think that, oh tak apa, this person perform, dia boleh wakilkan kita buat assignment. No, cannot. So you need to be very choosy and picky to choose who is your group mate, because it will determine your carry mark and also your CGPA. Okay, so from now on you need to observe and catch your friend who is good in doing assignment. Alright, so I think that's all from me, and if you guys have any question or after this, if you think or question that you come across, you just can WhatsApp me, I will reply it. You can just kat mana lah tadi yang antara 4 ni, okay? You just can DM me, apa semua boleh. Okay, sini. Alright, that's all.
Okay. Thank you, Sister Dura, for the good sharing about economic department. We are now open to questions regarding this course. You can unmute your microphone or you can submit the questions in Zoom or YouTube live chat box. Okay, so anyone in Zoom, if you want to ask questions, so unmute your mic and ask directly to the speakers. Anyone?
I have a question, Sister Dura. I just want to ask, since in UIA there are people from the Arabs, kan? So are the Arabs cooperative when it comes to assignment? I just want to know that.
Okay, kat sini ada foreigner ke? Okay, for foreigner ni, I would like to describe foreigner, dia punya meter, if they good, they is very good. But if they bad, very, very bad, means they don't want to do the assignment at all. They just copy and paste, and if you put it on Grammarly and you check for plagiarism, they are 100% plagiarism. So you need to be very careful on international student. If they are good, then you can work with them. If you know that person doing assignment macam tu je, better avoid from them. But so far, I afraid to groupmate with foreigners. But so far, my groupmate yang foreigners, alhamdulillah, give cooperation. So the key is you need to lead the group and you need to give the instruction very clear to them. Okay, you need to do this and this, and then you need to search, and then you use your own way. You need to give clear instruction, because diorang ni kalau we don't marah, they don't know. So you need to give clear instruction. Alright, so far okay je, don't worry. Kena tanya member-member lain, review, cakap ini pernah guna dia tak, okay tak? If okay, then proceed. If not, better not. Cari Malay people ataupun ada friend yang can work well with you. Okay,
Thank you, Kak.
welcome.
Okay, hope that it answers your question.
Can I ask question?
From
As you said that about the foreigner behavior, their ethics, something. Is there any solution? Like, can we just erase their name from our project, and we do with our remaining group mate?
Okay, macam
Can
ni.
we do that?
Faham. Okay, there is certain subject that you can choose your own group mate. So that is safe lah. So you have the gang for academic tadi kan. So you can geng-geng dengan diorang. But if some subject they know lecturer tahu that Malaysian student don't want to group with international, so the lecturer itself yang give the group names to dekat they ikut attendance list tu dia random je bagi. So you need to redor kan. So what I did is if there is free rider in your group mates, dia orang memang tak buat kerja langsung, you just don't put their names on the first page of the assignment. Like seriously, I do this because some lecturers they don't want to know the issue of free riders tau. Diorang rasa macam korang kan dah besar apa lah issue free rider, macam pandai-pandai lah korang settle. So you can just don't put their name. So because in degree life, lecturer dah tahu dah if the student name is not in any papers means that student is not contribute at all. So don't afraid because that is the only way that you need to teach them. You need, it's not punish lah, but you don't contribute, then why don't you want to have our marks? Free marks je, kita yang bersengkang mata but they also get marks kan. So don't afraid, just don't put your names or you report to the lecturer so that lecturers tahu lah, oh this person tak buat kerja, okay? Don't afraid, just do that.
Okay, thank you.
Alright, Sister Dura, thank you. Nak buat.
Buat.
Alright, okay. So another question. Okay, this is in bahasa. Okay, Sister Dora, selepas kita habis kita punya study in degree in economics, so apakah kesinambungan yang kita perlu lakukan lepas kita habis degree tu?
Okay, kalau macam saya buat intern. InsyaAllah bulan 5 hari bulan 7 ni saya akan buat intern dekat sini kan, internship, dah dapat placement dekat KWSP. So like this, macam for me, saya dapat scholarship tau, jadi saya tak risau sangat internship, intern untuk placement untuk internship because kalau sebab end up I need to work with Johor Corporation which is my scholarship lah. So macam kalau if you guys don't have any scholarship, kalau korang intern dekat satu company tu, there is big chances that you guys akan kerja dekat situ terus. So if you guys tak ada scholarship, better you guys cari internship placement yang betul-betul company yang memang power, yang memang strong, macam Big Four yang Alia join tu, it's not only for accounting. Economic student also can join the Big Four firm, but they will put you economic student in advice punya department. Korang tak boleh lah audit sebab we don't know the accounting, right? So after degree kita akan pursue depends on the internship. If that is bonus lah if you do the internship because the company already know, oh budak ni dulu buat intern dengan kita, oh dia dah habis belajar lah, okay jomlah kita ambil budak ni sebab budak ni dah pernah tahu, dah selok-belok company kita, okay? So after tu korang boleh join industri macam sorry saya kat luar. Okay dah. Okay, so korang boleh continue kerja in government sector ataupun korang boleh join politik. In politik also boleh because my experience last year I work with Menteri Besar Johor in economics part of negeri Johor, which is that one is politics, right? So politics kita boleh masuk, macam company besar kita boleh masuk, government body kita boleh masuk, semua tempat kita boleh masuk sebab everywhere economics diperlukan. Kat mana-mana pun economics diperlukan. Cuma kita ke depan adalah even IKEA itself pun perlukan economics. Diorang perlukan economics sebab economics ni dia macam helikopter tau. Macam accounting, orang accounting akan bagi report dekat orang finance. So orang finance akan bagi tahu, oh based on kita punya company statement ni kita boleh buat loan. So orang finance akan bagi tahu, loan bank mana yang berbaloi. So economics ni kena fikir, adakah loan ini boleh memberi manfaat kepada company kita? Faham tak? Dia macam helikopter kepada semua-semua ni. So in all, semua dekat department ni diperlukan dekat any company. So kita kena bijak cari company mana yang kita rasa kita digunakan sebaik mungkin, okay?
Okay, thank you Sister Dura.
Welcome.
Okay, hope that it answers your questions. Alright, so the other questions will be answered in the last session of final Q&A. Okay. So, okay. So we will proceed with our final speaker from Department of Business Administration to continue the talk. Okay, please welcome Brother Muhammad Afif bin Basir.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. Okay, wait, I'll just share the screen for you guys. All right, can you see? Can all of you see the screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Great. All right, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good evening, everyone. My name is Muhammad Afif, and first of all, I'd like to thank the organizer for inviting me to share with all of you regarding my experience throughout um, my time in IUM. Okay, first of all, I would like to introduce to you a little bit about myself. My name is Muhammad Afif. I'm from Pasir Gudang, Johor Bahru. I'm 23 years old, final year BBA students of IUM. I'm from batch CMS Ahna just now, batch 171. And I'm also a business owner. I just opened up a coffee shop a few months back. So, okay, before I start, I would like to share with all of you a bit regarding my experience as an IUM student. Well, my university experience thus far have been amazing. I've learned and experienced so many new things and in such a short period of time as well. And it has gone by so fast. Plus, we are currently in a pandemic, so the last few semesters had been through online learning. It's tough, but it was okay. I'm still discovering all the opportunities that the university offers me. The classes were great, and I enjoyed every one of them. The depth and details of what we are learning here in IUM is far beyond my high school or any other experience that I've had before. It is just amazing to think that even the tiniest detail of the subatomic level can have such a huge impact on your life. Okay, upon my arrival in this university at the beginning of the semester, I had two different sets of expectations. I thought that the class would show me all the possibilities and open my eyes to which major I should declare. My second thought was that I would not learn anything, that this class would cover basic academic solutions and strategies that had been preached throughout all my years in high school. Either way, I expect this class to slide by and do well with little or no effort. I made a lot of assumptions about most of my classes before even looking at the syllabus or attending any classes. One of them was how easy this class would be. I figured it would be an easy A, but clearly I was wrong. The classes were not at all easy, and I had not at all easy as I expected. I had to work significantly harder than I planned. There were many more projects and assignments that I had not accounted for. Even though I had expected the class to be easier, luckily I was able to quickly adapt myself and survive survive all the semesters and all the assignments. But overall, I enjoyed every class, even though it required significantly more effort than I had expected. The classroom was filled with a very comfortable environment. I feel respected and that I could open about my thoughts with the people in class. But most of the people were really nice, and I enjoyed every meeting and the friends that I made throughout my years in IUM. It is important for you to have friends, in university. That is something that I learned throughout my years, because once you have a good circle of friends in university, you are able to have a place to find knowledge, to get tips from, and to discuss and everything. So those are my experience as an IUM student. Moving on to, okay, the BBA department. What do business admin courses offer? Okay, first of all, the Bachelor of Science in Business Administration. It is a four-year program that focuses on managing business, their overall operations. The program involves critical decision-making skills in order to successfully strategize business operations. It teaches students a basic and clear understanding on the functions of every division in a company, be it in marketing or finance or operation or human resource or anything. Generally, all businesses, regardless of type, need someone to manage the administrative portion. That would mean someone who can handle the day-to-day issues that come up every day or that need to be done on a monthly or quarterly basis or annually basis. It all falls on the responsibility of the business administrator to oversee all the clerical and financial matters are completed properly within the proper time frame and adhere to all legalities. As a BBA graduate, I come across this question a lot. I don't know about you guys, but me as a BBA student, there's a lot of people when they ask me about what courses do I take, and when I answer I took BBA courses, they would give this sort of facial expressions like, do BBA courses have like many job scope and everything? You guys don't have to worry if you're planning to take BBA courses. You have a lot of career options ahead of you. Among the options are as sales manager, as business consultant, as financial analyst, as marketing research analyst, and many more. You don't have to worry. So if anyone tells you that BBA courses have no job scope, you can list it out for them. Okay, moving on. Okay, here are the BBA cost flow. You have 4 years time. In the first year, as what Sister Dura had explained to you guys, in the first year, you guys need to take the university and kuliah required courses. So in your first year, I would share to you the subjects that you need to take in a moment. So in the first year, that's the subjects that you need to take. Once you entered your second year, that is where you've been sorted out to the departments of your choosing. If you choose BBA, you would start to take BBA department courses. If you choose BACC, BECS, and ISFIN, there are subjects for them as well. And once you entered your third year, in the third year, your focus is more on the major that you're choosing. For BBA department, we have a total of 5 or 6, I guess, 6 different major that you can pursue. So in your third year, you would be completing those major subjects first, and then finally in the fourth year, you can focus on the elective subject or the minor subjects. Okay, moving on to the program structure. Okay, as I mentioned before, here are the program structure for BBA department. We have a total of 6 different major. The first one, which is finance major. There's an Islamic banking and finance major. There's also a marketing major, human resource management, international business, and also general management. Okay, here are the subjects, the courses provided for BBA student. As I mentioned before, that the university required courses. These are the subjects that you need to take. and you need to complete all those subjects before you graduate, or else you won't be able to graduate. And also the kuliah required courses. These are the subjects that you need to take before you enter the department. It's like a stage, as what Sister Dura mentioned earlier. So once you've done the university required courses and also the kuliah required courses, then is when you start taking the department required courses. For BBA students, you need to take all of the subjects listed there. Once you've completed your department required courses, then is when you are able to pursue your major. So let's say you wanted to pursue on human resource major. There are a total of 6 subjects as listed there. Finance major also, there are six subjects there, and same goes to international business, Islamic finance. And for general management major, basically general management is you have like a general knowledge of every other major. So if you're planning to pursue on general management major, you are able to choose any 8 from any of the other major. Let's say in human resource, you find quality management and training management interesting, so you can take only those 2 subjects from human resource major. And in finance major, you can take another 2 subjects. From marketing major, you can take another 2 subjects. Islamic and finance major, another 2 subjects, and also from the international business major. So you would have like a brief knowledge about every single major if you're planning to take to go for the general management major. And here are the elective courses. These are the minors that you need to choose if you're done with your major subjects. Let's say you've entered your 4th year and you plan to pursue on a minor on marketing, so you can choose any marketing subjects there. Pretty much that's it. As BBA, it's not like BACC or other subjects. We are a bit flexible compared to the others. For example, for BACC, you have like a fully organized study plan. You need to take this according to its stages. But for BBA student, we are a bit flexible because we don't have a lot of prerequisite subjects, so you can take any subjects that you want according to your mood, to be honest. But there are a few subjects, if I'm not mistaken, there are a few subjects, 1 or 2 subjects that you need to take accordingly. For example, subjects like financial management. You have financial management 1, so you need to take the first one before you take the second one. Same goes to the fake of economics. Those kind of subjects that have 2 modules, you need to take the first module first before you can take the second one. But most of the other subjects you can take freely, you know, whenever you want, as long as you can complete all of those subjects before you entered your 4th year. That would be great. And for once you've completed all of the subjects listed, then is when you can go for your practical training. You know, there's a lot of my course-mates, you know, they ask me these kind of questions. They wanted to know when is the best time for BBA students to take their internship. Yeah, as I said earlier, that BBA is flexible, so you can take, you know, in the middle of your study or at the end of the study. But it is advisable for all students that if you want to take your internship for BBA courses, you need to take at the end of your study, because your target when you go for internship is so that you can get into the company and, you know, have like macam ni, diserap masuk serta merta. So if you take your internship in the middle of your study, it would be not proper, you know, to stop halfway and then finish your study and then continue back to where you left off, because you guys know as a student apa yang kita belajar semalam pun hari ni kita dah lupa kan. So it's better if you take your internship at the end of your study. Once you've completed everything, then only you take your internship. Okay, I think that's all that I need to explain about the subjects and the flow for BBA students. There really isn't much to talk about regarding that matter. So I'm gonna share with you a little bit about what I learned throughout my years as a university student. So independent, time management, and be responsible. Those are the 3 things that are vital for you students, because while we learn an astonishing amount of material things in classroom, you know, my time at university has also unexpectedly taught me more than I bargained for about life. Thanks to many experience that I've had, the people that I've met through my 5 years here at IUM, I can thankfully say that my degree has come with much more than a scholarly education. You understand? A scholarly. I've learned so many new things, such as being independent, like cleaning my own room, doing my own laundry. I've never done that before, because I used to have a maid that will do it for me. But once I got here, you know, you need to start adapting yourself with these new circumstances, this new situation. So you need to be independent while you enter university. Other than that, I also learned how to manage my time wisely, because once you get into university, there won't be anyone telling you to do this and that. You need to have self-initiative in order to get things done, or you will be procrastinating your tasks, and believe me that it is not a good idea on doing so. My advice to all of you, whenever you receive any tasks or assignments, do it straight away, because there will be tons of other assignments firstly, and that you need to focus on on other subjects as well, because once you've stuck with this one assignment, since you procrastinated, once you've stuck with this one, then there will be another assignment come, and there will be another quizzes and pop quiz and everything. So you would pile up the amount of tasks for yourself. So it's not healthy to do so, because it's gonna increase it's just gonna increase your stress, and that would make your time at university an unpleasant one. So to avoid such situation, it is vital for all of you to manage your time wisely, prioritize what's important, and lastly, be responsible. It isn't wrong for you to have fun while you're in university. You can have fun, but do make sure that none of it affects your study. On my first day, yeah, it was on my first day as an IUM student. I remember there was a lecturer. I can't really remember his name, but I remember what he said to me when I got into his class, and I live by his words throughout my university life. To be honest, his words were, "It is important to have fun, but it is also very important to be responsible." I totally agree with him on this. It is important to have fun, or else what's the point, right? Because you don't enjoy do something unless you have fun doing it. So it's important. Having fun is important, but do set this on your mind, whereby you need to, you need to have a focus. You cannot deviate from your main purpose, which is to study, because what's the point of entering university if you just want to have fun? You put your studies aside. That's unbalanced. You need to always balance your time with your friends, your time with assignments, projects, and everything. That's why time management is very important as a student. Okay, with that, I have nothing else to share. So that is the end of my part. So if you guys have any questions, you can ask me straight away, or you can hit me up on Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn for further inquiries. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Brother Afif, for the good sharing. We are now open to 3 questions regarding this course. You can unmute your microphone, or you can submit the questions in the Zoom and YouTube live chat box. So anyone in Zoom want to ask any questions to the speaker, please unmute your mic and ask directly to the speaker, inshallah. So anyone in this Zoom?
Hi, Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam. Yes.
Okay. I want to ask that since you said just now that BBA is not that easy, what is the hardest subject that you have taken so far?
For me, the hardest subject would be business law, I think, because business law, you need to memorize all the regulations and all the laws for businesses. So it's not easy to memorize everything, and it's a bit complicated because for myself, I'm not much of a reader. I don't like to read that much. So business law is a subject for you to read a lot. There's a lot of things that you need to read and memorize, and that is not my cup of tea. So for me, the hardest subject would be business law. Does that answer your question, Shazwani Hatta?
Yeah, thank you.
Any
Okay.
more questions?
So the other questions, okay. Do we need to be good in math to take business? That's the question.
Math? No, I don't think so, because for BBA courses, you focus more on theories instead of calculations. You do need to take financial management on your first year, and there's this subject called business maths. Yeah, but only in first year. Once you've entered your department, BBA department, there isn't much calculations for you to able to do. So yeah, you don't need to be good in math actually.
Okay, all right. So the other questions will be, do you have any tips in selecting the major of BBA?
For major, okay, for myself, I enjoyed the whole courses, so I want to know like everything, you know, in general. So that's why I choose general management as my major, so that I get to take everything from each major. There are subjects from finance major that I studied. There are subjects from marketing major. There are subjects from international business major. There are subjects from the other one, Islamic finance also. So once you take it depends on yourself actually, you which subjects you enjoy the most, that one you need to know before you enter you enter the third year. Once you enter your department, you need to take all the courses first, right? So in your second year you need to know which major are you most comfortable with. If you're comfortable with marketing major, so it is wise for you to take marketing as your major. If you are comfortable with this one, you need to take that one as your major. You understand what I mean? Does that answer your question?
Inshallah, I hope that we answered the question from the asker. Okay, so Alhamdulillah. So now we will move to our final Q&A session. If you have any other questions for any speakers, you can unmute your microphone or submit them in the Zoom and YouTube live chat box. So these are final Q&A sessions. Any participants want to ask any questions to the speakers from any department? So you can unmute your microphone or you can submit the questions in the YouTube and Zoom chat box. Okay. So anyone from Zoom want to ask any speakers from Department of Business, Accounting, Finance and Economics? So anyone?
All right. I do have one question for Sister Ahna or Sister Dura too lah. Like you did academics and accounting. We can intern at Big Four, right? So how do you apply for it? That's my question.
Can I answer first because my battery is
Okay.
okay.
Or maybe it's a different way because Sister Dura in economics and Sister Ahna in accounting. All right.
Okay, so for econs macam ni, korang akan ambil on the year 3 short semester. So you guys don't worry because there is a specific talk yang explain dengan academic advisor dengan PEX council. PEX council tu is kira macam MPP kepada course MPP apa macam council kepada Bachelor of Economics. So they will conduct a specific talk session on macam mana nak apply intern tu semua. So on economics, student jangan risau sebab kat situ nanti diorang akan bagi tahu okay guna surat ni, okay hantar ke company, apply guna surat ni, bagi sekali dengan offer letter apa semua. Itu semua nanti akan di-conduct oleh Bex Council tu. So jangan risau, tu nanti year 3 baru fikir. Sekarang relax dulu. Make sure habiskan CFS with flying colours. Make sure boleh dapat masuk department dulu, nanti baru kita fikir macam mana nak apply. Semua don't worry. Diorang akan provide semua surat-surat semua. council akan provide. Okay.
Okay, if I may add on, actually, it's quite similar for all departments. I think there will be a briefing conducted by each department for your internship later. But just to share, I think because I was active in BACC Council, I already had known all the HR people from the Big Four. So that's like what made it much easier to send out. So this is like my strategy. Other people, they usually like join career fairs, or they join like, for example, if KPMG ambassador organizes an event, so you can join that and try to make yourself stand out to the HR there. So yeah, that's like some kind of like my tips lah. But I joined through a campus recruitment actually. So KPMG came to IIUM's career center. And then there was news that they were holding an interview session there. So I just like sent in my resume and went for the interview. And then like the following week, they already like updated me. Okay, congratulations, blah, 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 blah. So it's very much fast paced. Yeah.
So there can be other way lah to apply.
There's a lot of it. But I think the newer batch, probably because of COVID as well, there was no campus recruitment. So
is that right?
Is there?
Right. Sorry.
Yeah, because it differs for every semester and such. But the safest route is to apply through their website. They will advertise any vacancies at which offices. So yeah, just go ahead and apply at the websites.
All right, thank you, Sister Ahna and Sister Dura.
Okay, there are questions for Department of Accounting for Sister Ahna Aliani. So the question is, may I know the suitable time to take ACCA paper, either after degree or during degree?
Okay, I guess this actually depends on your capabilities as well. If you think you can take on that stress, then yes. But as I mentioned, because normally accounting students, even like the degree itself already has like very heavy credit hours. There's a lot of subjects to take each and every sem. So a lot of students, most of them like prefer to take ACCA after our degree. But there is an option to take during our degree, because I do have seniors and friends who they study for ACCA part-time. And you don't necessarily have to worry, because sometimes people worry, what if the ACCA exam is conducted during the when the academic semester commences, right? So it's okay, because you can just inform your lecturers and they will excuse you to sit for the exams, but not for classes. So classes you need to take outside of your degree classes. So that's why you need to take ACCA classes part-time if you are to study ACCA during your degree.
Okay, thank you, Sister Ahna. Okay, the question, this question is for Department of Economics. Okay, so the question is, does the economics course is likely need us to read many facts or books, or more likely need us to do many calculation?
Okay, so for economics, at first I thought that kita kena always updated dengan apa ekonomi negara jadi, apa ekonomi dunia jadi. But it's actually on the syllabus lah. Kalau that theory syllabus dia macam bonus je if you can relate dengan current situation. But if not, you can, depends on subjek tu je, memang teori subjek tu. Kira macam you jadi ulat buku betul lah. Okay je kalau jadi ulat buku betul without knowing what happened in the outside. Tapi rugi lah, because macam if you hear on any news but you cannot relate with what you learn in the class, kira macam rugi lah. So the best part is better kalau macam korang join society yang relate dengan economics. Macam a lot of society yang nanti relate dengan economics. Macam Sister Ana tadi mention a lot. Ada AMEU, ada KPMG. KPMG korang wajib join, okay? And then macam-macam ada. So at least korang join dari situ, diorang akan buat talk, diorang akan invite speaker-speaker hebat. So daripada situ korang boleh buat connection. Macam kalau korang buat program power, ada speaker power, manfaatkan speaker-speaker tu, macam minta diorang business card atau minta diorang punya LinkedIn. So diorang will recognize, oh this budak yang hari tu minta business card, oh budak ni ada potential ni kot sebab budak ni hari tu dia join, dia yang MC, ataupun macam oh budak ni yang join, dia yang invite program hari tu. So you need to manfaatkan semua kelab-kelab yang you guys join tu. Kalau boleh make connection towards yang boleh dapat placement internship, company best. So dia akan bagi bright future on company to see you. Oh budak yang ada connection good antara UIE dengan KPMG. Okay, make sure you need to know macam mana cara you nak jual diri you instead of jadi ulat buku je. Tak boleh kena stable dua-dua. Okay? Lagi.
Okay, thank you Sister Dora. So the next question will be for Department of Finance. Okay. The question is, does we need to good in additional mathematics if we want to take finance in our degree? That's the question.
Additional maths, the short answer is no. Because in degree, we need to know the simple calculation like plus, minus, because later in financial management, you will learn how to use the financial calculator, and that one you will need to you can buy it from lecturer or other shops, just buy it. And yeah, you don't need to excel in additional maths, but if you are strong in maths, then it's advantage for you lah. Because Islamic finance is not there's not many calculations, so you don't need to be that good or that excellent in maths to pursue finance.
Okay, thank you Sister Natika. Okay, the next question will be for Department of Accounting. Okay, so is the fee more cheaper if take ACCA during degree?
Yes, actually, IIUM is one of the partner universities with ACCA, where there's the ACCA Accelerate program. So not many universities out there are offered this exclusive partnership. And this is because IIUM's accounting syllabus is constantly being revised according to the standards of ACCA. So that's why we are always eligible for maximum exemptions. And there is the the ACCA Accelerate Student Program, where you can get a lot of benefits. Later, can you PM me? Just get my contact number from the organizing committees. I'll forward to you the brochure if you're interested.
Okay, thank you Sister Ahna. Okay, the next question will be for Brother Afif from Business Administration. So the question is, have you ever thought of changing the program during your first second year of degree?
No, because for me business was my first choice once I entered UIA. So I've always find business subjects interesting. I like theory, so I like reading theories, and yeah, that's about it. I've never thought of switching departments while I've already entered BBA department, because I like the subjects here.
Okay, thank you Brother Afif. So for anyone in Zoom, if you want to ask questions to the speakers, please unmute your mic and ask directly to the speakers. Please do so.
I would like to ask Brother Afif. Oh, sorry, Anna. Sorry, can I ask questions for Brother Afif? Can I?
Yes.
Okay. So you mentioned earlier that when you took BBA, right? People are, how to say, maybe doing some faces smirking at you, right? So how
Yeah,
do you
yeah.
deal with that kind of stigma? Because sometimes when there are students that plan to take BBA, right? So they will say that, oh, BBA, why not accounting? Because accounting is more, how to say, preferable, more, how to say, have the, how to say, the good value in terms of undergrad program. So how do you deal with the stigma of BBA macam tu?
I simply answered them honestly because it's just that in Islam also mentioned that 9 out of 10 of wealth came from business, right? So if you study business, you are basically you have knowledge of everything that are running around you. You know, you know about economics, you know about accounting, you know about marketing. There's a lot of things in one course. So that's why I find business courses interesting because you don't just focus on the accounting part. You also know about the marketing part. At the same time, you also know about the finance part, the management of human part. So it's like it's all in one. For me, it's like an all-in-one course. So if you are interested in business, and there you don't need to worry about the job scope or anything, because surely there would be job opportunities for you out there. You just have to like the subject first before you pick any, because if you don't find the subjects that you're taking interesting, you wouldn't go far as well. Am I right? So to answer your question, simply just take whatever you think that is interesting for you, that you might have fun learning it. So if you study something that you like, it's easier for you to excel on that part.
Okay, thank you, Brother Afif.
No problem.
Okay, thank you. So anyone?
Actually, pertaining to the previous question, right, about changing your programs in your second during your after you have entered your department. Actually, during my second year when I first entered, a lot of my friends like suddenly started to change their programs from accounting to other, like there were friends who changed from accounting to BBA and accounting to Islamic finance and such. I think it's perfectly okay because life is not a race, and as long as you know what your passion lies in, so I guess it's fine. It's better to choose what you like rather than you don't like, because like once you take accounting, you'll be working in accounting all your life, right? So like you should like always like take an extra precaution. Like if you if you truly like understand like you don't why you don't like something, or why would you pursue it, so it's okay to change programs. I've also had friends like from other universities, they also like take like 1 year off, and it's perfectly fine because they just said that they wanted to figure out like what they like. That in like is in my personal opinion, it's okay. But of course, like you need to ask your parents' opinions as well and such, yeah.
Okay, is anyone want to ask directly to the speaker? Okay. Questions are from okay, questions from the Zoom live chat box. Okay. So if everyone can be an accountant, who want to be a finance advisor? We complete each other.
It is statement, Amsha.
Alright. Okay. The other questions will be for accounting department. Okay. So how many ACCA paper will cut off if take ACCA after degree? or during degree?
It doesn't matter if you take during or after you graduate your degree, because the exemptions will remain the same, which is 9 papers. But you can't register during your early years of degrees. You need to be at least in your 3rd year in order to qualify for the ECC Accelerate program. But the number of exempted papers remains the same, which is 9. So you'll be having like 4 remaining papers left. And this is the professional level papers.
Okay, thank you, Sister Ahna. So any other question from participants in Zoom? Want to ask to the speakers directly? Please unmute your microphone. Okay. This question is for finance, finance department. In bahasa. Okay. So selepas kita habis finance, kita habis pelajaran kita dalam degree untuk finance, apa yang kita perlu buat untuk kita orang kata pamerkan diri kita untuk masa hadapan dalam bidang finance ni. Itu soalannya.
Sorry, I left out one part during my explanation yang finance kita akan intern at the last semester. I mean, like after you complete all the courses, then you will intern. So I think that one is good because you can continue to work in that company that you intern, or you can choose others. So during that internship, you can prove yourself, your ability, or so that's how cara nak mempamerkan diri tu. During that internship, you can try lah apply dekat tempat yang korang aim to work for, to work in, ataupun kalau throughout your degree, you can join macam biasa, join society, join others, and that's how you cantikkan resume tu, like that lah. So that's from me.
Okay, thank you, Sister Natika. So any other questions from participants in Zoom? Okay, I think there is no more questions from the participants. Okay, thank you again to our 4 speakers, Sister Ahna Amani, Sister Ahna Alyani, Sister Nur Atikah, Sister Dora and Bro Afif for answering all the questions and for the great sharing. So it was a pleasure to have our amazing 4 speakers with us today. So this concludes this webinar. Thank you for attending. We hope you guys have learned a lot, and hopefully all the inputs in this session can be applied in our future undertakings. Before we leave, I would like all of us to open the camera so that we can have photography session with the speakers. Okay, please open the camera. Okay, so any other participants who want to open your camera? All right. So we will take the picture.
I will take the picture. Okay. Okay, smile everyone. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, one more. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Okay. Alhamdulillah. So we are done with photography session, and the link for the evaluation form will be shared in the Zoom and YouTube live chat box. So kindly fill up to log your attendance for this program. So thank you everyone. Thank you everyone, and good luck for your future endeavors. May Allah ease our study journey in IIM Gombak. And thanks again to our speakers, Sister Ahna, Sister Atika, Sister Dora, and Afif, and brother Afif. Okay, thank you again.
Thank you, sisters and brother.
Thank you also, and sorry
Thank
for any
you,
shortcomings.
brothers, sisters.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye bye.
Thank you everyone.
Thank you, sister and brother.
Everyone, welcome.